It is the third largest city in California, and by the latest numbers, had the worst water performance in the entire state, and you've probably never even heard of it. Nick Janes went to the Mojave Desert to a place called California City. Nick?
Sam, this is a place far from the ritzy SoCal suburbs, and its soaring water use stuck out like a sore thumb. What we found was frankly one of the strangest places I have ever been, a sprawling city that never was, with roads that stretch for miles in the desert, literally to nowhere.
When we drove into California City, we couldn't make sense of it. Out of everywhere in the state, all 400+ water districts, this was the place where water use went up the most. There's hardly a green lawn in sight, except at John Jarrett's, and that's fake turf.
I don't think you have a single blade of real grass left.
No, it's all artificial.
John couldn't believe water use here in May went up, a reported 28%.
Why so much? Why are they using so much more?
That was our question.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
And as we found out, that isn't the most mysterious part of California City. Look at it from above on Google Earth. It's a 200 square mile community of just 14,000 people. By land area, it's technically the third largest city in the state. But out here, there are miles and miles of empty land. Back in 1965, a real estate developer named Nat Mendelsohn dreamed of building another Palm Springs here in the Mojave Desert. His vision never materialized. The remnants are these roads, once paved, now mostly eroded by sand, built back then for homes and businesses that never came. Street signs posted at eerily lonely intersections that literally lead nowhere. And part of this odd, storied history is contributing to the high water use numbers that brought us here in the first place. We took an unscheduled trip to California City Hall.
Uh-oh, you watching me?
Where we sat down with city manager Tom Wheel.
Are you surprised to see us a little?
A little. I didn't realize anybody from Channel 13 would be down in our neck of the woods here.
There's really no place else like this in California.
No, actually there's not.
Wheel told us the water numbers, which rely on a 2013 benchmark and depict his city as lagging behind with conservation, are flat out wrong.
You think your residential customers are actually cutting back?
Well, I know our residential customers are coming back.
What accounts for that jump?
We've had two major shifts since 2013.
For one, he says the new state prison has 2,500 inmates and 750 employees. It's now California City's biggest water user. The city also just started tracking its municipal water use, including 2 golf courses. A big part of the issue, though, is leaky, aging infrastructure. What you have is a city with 51,000 lots, many of which were obviously never built on. But it isn't just roads to nowhere. Take a look at this. It's a fire hydrant. There are water pipes underneath much of this empty desert. They are decades old and starting to fail.
Last year we had 400 mainline water leaks in a 170-mile system, which is really unheard of for a small community of 14,000.
California City raised water rates 70% to fix the leaky pipes. And while this place is certainly unique, some of its problems are not. City crews discovered a pump was falsely reporting more water than it was actually producing. Tom says water use data is easily skewed in smaller communities across California, forcing increased scrutiny.
And that's something everybody's doing right now, and it's causing all of us to look at our systems much more closely.
He moved here 30 years ago.
That this is one of the first pictures of California City.
And he's seen it grow from 2,500 to 14,000 people. It may never reach the lofty heights once imagined, but the city does have something incredibly valuable. It sits on an aquifer, providing stable water in the desert.
We have a lot of room to grow, and that's one of the exciting things with California City.
Well, as for that 28% jump, California City says it's in the process of correcting and resubmitting water use reports to the state.
Fascinating place.
That's an odd place.
Yeah, no
nowhere
kidding.
else like it.
So you can see our